Hi, this is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Los Angeles Venture Association Investment Capital Conference here in Los Angeles 2012. Mr. Joe Benites of 9D Media, a private company. Joe, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you very much, Shelley. I appreciate being with you today.
Now, tell the audience about 9D Media.
9D Media is a combination really of two ideas that came together. One of them was having 3D screens that you could put before a consumer group, and the second was having the Hispanic market as your target market. I brought the Hispanic market in that I've worked with for 30 years, over 30 years, and my associate brought the three-dimensional screens. We're a media company. We've set ourselves up as a media company so that we can choose the best technology that's out there for our consuming group. We right now have 72 screens and 36 Hispanic stores called El Super, and we have contracts with 163 across the United States, including Arizona, California, and various parts of California and Florida. And we're hoping to get about 5 million viewers watching our screens at these stores, Hispanic viewers, all of them. And we have contracts with Coca-Cola, with Nestle, with Ford Motor Company, major advertisers that we have on the screen. So we're hoping to make this a 5 million consumer per week watching our screens and a multi-million-dollar company.
How do you make money?
We make money by the advertising that we put on the screens. We charge about $5,000 a minute. It's like a radio or television company, if you will. We charge for the airtime and a number of impressions that are looking at the screens. Like right now, for example, we have about 1 million consumers per week watching the screens. So we'll charge about $5,000 per minute. So that gives us, an economic base, and that will eventually come to about $8 million a week that we're projecting to be able to sell with the company.
So they measure it by how much more goods is being sold in this store. And this is like subliminal advertising, because they're in the store, they see Coca-Cola, they go over to the shelf, they buy more Coca-Cola. So they're watching same-store sales increases based on how the advertising reaches the consumer. Am I correct?
That's correct. It's really interesting because I used to dream of being able to get a can of spray of some kind and put an ad in the air, because grocery stores normally will not allow you to put any advertising in the store. So when I saw the 3D screens, we went to the stores and said, how about putting 3D screens inside the store where 70% of all buying decisions are made right inside the store. So if I'm Coca-Cola and I have an ad running and a promotion going at the store at the same time, I'm more likely to sell Coca-Cola than Pepsi-Cola at that store, and that's the idea behind this.
So what else is on this screen? Is there some other form of entertainment besides the commercials? Because obviously you can't have all of the time taken up with commercials, right?
Well, that's wrong. In fact, the commercials are 100%. The content is the advertising. We felt that, and there are other flat screens in the stores right now that are trying to put on programming in the middle of advertising. We don't do that. The content, the advertising that we put on is creative enough to be able to capture the attention of the consuming public. Also, there's no sound on the screens. So the screens are silent. We can't put sound. It's got sound in it, but we don't put sound in it because we feel we have to capture it's a 5-minute loop. So we have to capture the attention of the consuming public. And now we're looking at putting games and things so we can make the screen a destination. So that the housewife, when she gets ready to go to the store, puts on her list, got to look up at the screen because you might be a winner. So we look up at the screen and now we watch the advertising on the screen.
Who produces the commercials?
We have our own content department. We felt that we had to have our own content department and our own creative team in order to put our best foot forward, if you will. So we are the one with the creative departments of either the manufacturer or the advertising agency. We work with a lot of ad agencies to put the creative programs together to put on the screen.
Wow. So right now it's just Hispanic markets, but that's an enormous market. People don't realize it. How big a market is it?
It's the most incredible thing that I've ever seen. There are 50 million Hispanics in the United States today, according to the latest census tract that came out. And by the year 2050, as my associate mentioned in one of the presentations he made here today, 1 of every 3 Americans will be Hispanic. We represent $1.3 trillion in spendable income, which makes us larger in spendable income than the GDP of all but 11 countries of the world. So it's a huge, huge market.
And you think this is going to grow?
I think this is going to be a multi-million-dollar company, and we're already talking to some of the major players like Univision and Telemundo, Azteca Television, and others that are in the marketplace about the potential of buying us out.
You sound like you know your stuff. You know that.
Yes, sir, I sure do. 35 years in this business, absolutely.
You look good for a 12-year-old when you started. What is your website, Joe? www.90media.com.tv, excuse me, www.9dmedia.tv. Now, where'd you come up with 9D?
Because when you project, in order to get the same thing when you go to see a movie in 3D, you have to put glasses on. In order to get that same impact without glasses, you have to have 9 views coming out of you. So it's 9 views, 9D.
I like it. So you don't need glasses?
Absolutely not. It's glasses free.
That's good. And I just thought of something else. So then when a company has a product that's embedded or in a movie or some other form of entertainment, then you could run that commercial with the product inside of it with the Disney characters or whatever, right? Isn't that a good idea?
Absolutely. Yes, it's a good idea. And we're thinking of different ways of being able to expand from inside the store to, for example, the movies or, other venues that we can tie into what we're doing inside the grocery store.
Well, I'm busy. Otherwise, I'd be a consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Benites, 9D Media, a private company. We're at the Los Angeles Venture Association Investment Capital Conference here in LA 2012. And let me ask you a question. Was there some award that you guys may have won at this conference?
Well, we were one of 5 different groups that were picked by the people that attended this conference in order to make a pitch to the audience and hopefully to the investors in the audience today. Out of I think maybe 50 or 60, I don't know, quite a few, but we were one of the ones picked, and that was done by voting. You had to put a ticket in a little box in each one of the booths that you went to, and we were selected as one of the 5.
So I got a winner here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much, Shelley. Really appreciate it.
You got it.